Most companies conduct group interviews because they show which candidates work well with others. A group interview will also show an employer which candidates will fit well with the company culture. Jobs involving high stress, fast-paced work, or customer interaction also commonly require group interviews. If you perform well during a stressful interview, you may be able to perform well during a stressful job. So, group discussion is the discussion that tests the candidate skill such as leadership skill, communication and social skill, and behavior, politeness, teamwork, listening abilities, general awareness, confidence, and problem solving skill. I promise that you will be a little bit smarter and will be ready for your next group discussion interview after watching this. And before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. And it's completely free and makes a huge difference when you do that. What's up you guys, it's Preetham here. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm a professional cook based in the USA, currently working at a healthcare. So now, if you are asking, hey Preetham, why this group discussion thing, it's important? Well, it's not important if you are not having any interview coming up, but it's highly important if you want to be ready and prepare for your next interview. So here I will discuss the benefits of the group discussion interview and then you will know what I'm talking about. Number one, it increases confidence. The GD allows the participant to speak in public, which increases their confidence to speak with any hesitation. Focus on deep thinking. It tests the knowledge of the candidate. The participant get only few minutes for the preparation. In such a small duration, they have to make a list of points to speak. The participant in a group discussion listen, understand other participants' points of views and making them think deeply about the topic which is about to be discussed. Number two, it improves communication skills. GD helps the student represent their views and ask questions. It not only increases the confidence of a candidate but also enhances their communication skill. And teamwork group discussion is also based on teamwork. In a company, it is very important to work as a team on the assigned project. Due to this, the quality of working together with a team member is checked in the group discussion. So the panelists also judge the cooperation of the participant in the group. It allows the participant to share their views with other participants in that group. Number three, behavior. It helps to understand the attitude and the behavior of the candidates toward the participant in a group. Listening skill in GD improves the listening skill for the candidates. For example, the panelist may ask any candidate in a group to summarize the discussion. A candidate can only summarize if he or she has a good listening skill. Due to this, every candidate presents in the discussion and listens carefully. It further improves the listening skill of that candidate. Number four is diversity in the ideas of the group discussion. It involves sharing ideas with other participants in the group. And every participant share their thoughts in the group, which makes the diversity in the ideas. Recruitment groups discussion is widely used for the recruitment process. It helps the panelists to select a few candidates from the group. It also helps them to judge that the candidate is suitable for the organization or not. Now, I want to mention all the important points that will help you in the long run in life and career. And don't forget to hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. Remember, it really makes a huge difference for this channel when you go ahead and hit the like button. Put on a poker face. You may be surprised to see the other candidates, but don't let them know. And definitely try not to show any disappointment or shock. Enter the room with confidence and resist the urge to seize everyone up. How you react to the situation and the group is indicative of many things, in an employer's eyes, including how you interact with the company's team and react to the future surprises on the job. By the way, the poker face means an impassive expression that hides one's true feelings. Make friends. Pro tip: do not be silent and ignore each other. Resist the urge to pull out your phone or review your note, and instead introduce yourself and ask questions of others, even if the employer isn't in the room yet. For one, when the interviewers do get there, they will notice that who is facilitating conversation, if they're not doing some observing already without even realizing it. Your interactions will show the interviewers that you do not shy away from networking. It is always a plus and will make you seem confident, even if you really are feeling nervous. Second, this may come in handy during the interview. Involve everyone. While the other candidates may be your competition, they can also assist you on your path to one-on-one. Throughout the activity, having the ability to address others by name will make you stand out and appear like a leader. Use the knowledge you built, waiting for the interview to begin by addressing other candidates by their name or referencing a conversation you were having. For example, if you and another candidate were talking about current events and in the interviewer asked a situational question, respond with something like, "Person X and I were just discussing a situation in the news that was very similar to that." In that situation, you will also want to build off of the other candidates. Ideas: if someone answer a question, follow it by addressing his or her response and adding your own thoughts. This will also help you not to commit one of the worst offenses in a group interview: repeating the same answer as someone else. Remember, the interview is supposed to involve everyone in the room, and that goes for the interviewers. To make sure to address all of them when you're speaking, even if one of them is silent in the entire time. Be yourself. That said, don't go overboard. Many candidates, in an effort to force themselves into the role of a leader and shows that they're trying, can come across as overly aggressive. Although it's good to show that you care about the position, speaking over others, discounting their opinions will backfire. Plus, if you are not typically the bold leader type, it can be damaging to force yourself into a role that isn't natural for you. Yes, you should speak up and make sure you are being noticed, but remember, the interviewers aren't looking for the loudest voice in the room. Speak with purpose. Unfortunately, the group interview will be difficult for a shy person if it isn't in your personality to be constantly speaking up in a crowd. To be sure that when you do answer the question or give your opinion, you do so with your purpose. Don't start your answer with an apology for interjection. Also remember that you don't have to talk constantly to be noticed, but to be memorable, make sure what you are saying is unique and contributing to the conversation. So, skip the rehearsed answer with multiple candidates answering the same question. Any material that you prepared ahead of time will most likely to be similar to someone else's, and focus on moving conversation forward with your contribution. Listening carefully in a fast-moving group interview when you are just trying to get a word in. It can be sometimes difficult to resist only thinking about what are you going to say next. So this is often why people forget their names. They are too busy thinking about that they're going to say and don't really listen to the person's name. But in order to speak purposely, you have to listen to the interviewers and the interviewees and stay engaged in where the conversation is headed. Really pay attention and use body language to show you that you are engaged with the group, and even when you are not talking, instead of interrupting if a thought pops into your head and you want to come back to that very quickly, you can write down the thought on your paper. And then when it comes time to speak, you will have so much more to say. Following up. Following up, it is safe, but to bet that everyone's in that room, if they are ever interviewed or read about interviews before, will be following up with a thank you letter. Make sure you stand out at this stage of the process too, by referencing a part of the conversation in which you contributed, such as an interesting answer you gave or even a joke. As long as it will make the interviewer recall your face and answer in a positive way though, it will benefit you. Most importantly, be prepared and don't let group interviews catch you off guard. And of course, don't forget the interview basics. Things like appearance, promptness, poise, and research will help you to stand out among the crowd. So the takeaway from the video, group interviews can take you by surprise, but more and more companies are using them to effectively find the job candidates and expedite the interview process. And with the rising importance of office dynamics, group interviews aren't going away. So your goal in this setting is to stand out in a good way so that you can move past to this first round and secure a solo interview. So as much as you would rather have a one-on-one meeting, here is how to use the group setting as an opportunity to shine. And that's it for today. Go follow me on Instagram, and until next time.